Your attention is under attack. Every notification, every demand, every distraction, and the more you react to everything, the less control you have over anything. You feel busy, but not fulfilled. Connected, but not focused. Scrolling instead of building. Reacting instead of directing. Consuming instead of creating. In the noise, you lose sight of what actually matters. Marcus Aurelius warned us, "If you seek tranquility, do less." Not everything deserves your time. Not everything deserves your energy. Not everything deserves you. The Stoics understood something most people still ignore. You don't control the world. You control your mind. And the moment you master your attention, you reclaim your power. Because strength isn't built by chasing everything. It's built by choosing what deserves you. So ask yourself, are you living with purpose or just reacting to noise? Before we dive in, take a moment to subscribe. By doing so, you're taking your first step toward a life of clarity and self-mastery. This journey starts with you. Let's begin. Guard your mind like a fortress. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. They're constant, relentless, and often disguised as harmless notifications or just a quick scroll. But here's the truth. Every time you let your attention drift, you're letting a little piece of yourself slip away. Imagine your mind as a fortress. Every distraction is a crack in the wall, and every second spent mindlessly scrolling is a moment when your focus is at risk of crumbling. It's easy to feel like you have no control, but Marcus Aurelius once reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The power is within you to choose what enters your mind and what doesn't. It's time to start treating your mind with the same care and protection that you would give a fortress. One of the simplest ways to do this is by embracing stillness. Before diving into work or the noise of the day, spend just 5 minutes in silence. No phone, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. This is more than just a habit. It's the foundation of a strong, focused mind. It allows you to be intentional about what you give your attention to. As the day unfolds, you'll find it easier to hold on to your focus and more difficult for distractions to take over. This daily practice of silence isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for keeping your mind sharp and in control. Setting these boundaries also means learning to say no. We often think that we must say yes to every opportunity, every task, every social interaction that comes our way. But saying yes to everything is a surefire way to lose your focus. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your purpose, you let another crack form in your fortress. The Stoics knew that in order to live a purposeful life, we must be selective about where we direct our energy. By saying no more often, you protect your focus. And by protecting your focus, you protect your life. Your mind, after all, is your most valuable asset. So, how can you guard your mind like a fortress? It starts by choosing what you let in. It's about building a daily routine that puts your focus first, not the demands of the world. Take back control over your attention. When you wake up in the morning, take a few minutes to reflect on what truly matters for that day. What's your focus? What's your purpose? When you begin your day this way, you're already laying the groundwork for a stronger, more focused mind. The distractions will still come, but they won't have the same power over you. You'll be grounded, intentional, and ready to face whatever comes your way. It's easy to think that our mind is something we have little control over, especially in a world that thrives on grabbing our attention. But just like a fortress needs walls to keep invaders out, your mind needs boundaries to keep distractions at bay. The key to building those walls is consistent practice. Every time you choose focus over distraction, you're strengthening your mental fortress. Every time you protect your mind from external noise, you're investing in your inner strength. As you build this practice into your daily routine, remember that it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every moment you spend strengthening your focus is a victory, no matter how small. Over time, you'll find that your focus becomes a natural part of who you are. It won't feel forced or like a constant battle. It will simply become the way you live. And the more you guard your mind, the more powerful and resilient your focus will become. Your mind is your greatest weapon. Protect it, strengthen it, and never let it wander aimlessly. As Marcus Aurelius taught, you have the power to choose where your attention goes. Don't let the world decide for you. Guard your mind like a fortress, and you'll discover a strength and clarity that will carry you through every challenge life throws at you. This isn't just about avoiding distractions, it's about building a life that reflects your true values and purpose. Take control. Make your mind your fortress. Cut away what weakens you. Focus isn't just about doing more, it's about doing less. In a world that's constantly telling us to hustle harder, push further, and add more to our plates, it's easy to overlook one simple truth. Sometimes the best way to improve your focus is to eliminate everything that weakens it. The Stoics, ancient philosophers who mastered the art of inner peace and purpose, believed in living simply, not just in terms of material possessions, but in terms of thoughts and actions. For them, less was more. It's not about piling on more to do or more to focus on. It's about clearing away the clutter so you can give your full attention to what truly matters. Seneca once wrote, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Think about how many hours you've wasted scrolling through social media, answering group chats that don't add value, or getting sucked into mindless entertainment. It's easy to convince ourselves that we're just passing the time, but in reality, we're giving away precious moments that we'll never get back. Every time you let your attention drift towards something that doesn't serve your goals, your focus weakens. You become more distracted, more scattered, and more drained. The question is, what can you cut out? What's standing in your way, blocking you from living with intention and clarity? Look at the habits, the people, the activities in your life. Which of them really align with your purpose, and which of them drain your energy without offering anything in return? It's easy to get caught in the trap of thinking that everything deserves your attention, that every text message, every social media notification, every small task is urgent and important. But here's the hard truth. Not everything demands your focus. In fact, most things don't. The key to sharpening your focus is learning to let go of the things that aren't helping you move forward. It's about taking a step back and reflecting on what's really worth your time. The more you clear away the noise, the more you create space for the things that truly matter. You see, the key to true focus isn't about forcing yourself to concentrate harder. It's about clearing away the clutter so that your attention can naturally fall where it belongs. It's about trimming the fat from your life so that what remains is what truly serves your purpose. The Stoics understood this intimately. They didn't fill their lives with endless distractions or empty pursuits. They focused on the essentials, and they practiced discipline by removing everything else. This is the foundation of a sharp mind, one that is not clouded by unnecessary noise. So, take a moment to reflect. What's stealing your energy? Is it the constant notifications? The people in your life who drain you? Or maybe it's the habits you've gotten into that don't really align with your goals. Whatever it is, cut it out. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Each time you remove a distraction, you're creating space for your focus to grow. You'll feel lighter, clearer and more empowered to direct your energy where it truly matters. The Stoic path is about simplicity. It's about saying no to the things that aren't essential so that you can say yes to the things that align with your purpose. So ask yourself, what are you willing to let go of? What's holding you back? The more you strip away the unnecessary, the more your focus will grow, and with it, your ability to move through life with intention, clarity, and purpose. Every distraction you remove is a step toward reclaiming your energy, your focus, and ultimately, your life. Master the power of single tasking. Multitasking has become the hallmark of modern productivity, but here's a truth most of us overlook. Multitasking is a myth. It sounds like a skill, doesn't it? Juggling multiple things at once, moving between tasks like a whirlwind, convincing ourselves that we're being productive. But in reality, we're just spreading ourselves thin, diluting our focus, and ultimately getting less done. Think about it. How often have you tried to work on 2 or 3 things at once, only to realize that none of them got your best effort? This is where the myth falls apart. The truth is, our brains are not designed to divide attention in the way multitasking asks us to. We may be checking our emails, replying to messages, and doing our job at the same time, but each task is getting a fraction of our mental resources. The end result? Mediocre work and a sense of overwhelm. Seneca perfectly captured this in his writing. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. When we try to spread our attention across too many things, we end up being fully present in none of them. This isn't just a theory, it's how our minds actually work. Every time we switch from one task to another, our brains need to refocus. This constant switching creates friction, eats up energy, and ultimately leads to a decrease in performance. So what's the solution? Simple: single tasking. Focus on one thing at a time and give it your full attention. It sounds easy, right? But in a world that's constantly pushing us to do more, faster, and with greater efficiency, single tasking might feel like a radical idea. Yet, it's one of the most effective ways to boost productivity. Think about the last time you were fully immersed in a task, when you weren't distracted by your phone, email, or anything else. That was the power of single tasking. When you're working, be fully present in the task at hand. Don't split your attention. When you're listening to someone, listen with your whole being. In those moments, you'll notice a level of clarity and focus that's impossible to achieve when you're multitasking. You're giving your best to that one thing, and in return you'll find that you accomplish it faster and with better results. One of the most surprising benefits of single tasking is how it transforms your productivity. When you stop splitting your focus, you might be amazed at how much more you can get done in less time. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. By giving each task your full attention, you remove the mental clutter and open up a flow state where ideas come more easily and tasks get completed more efficiently. The idea isn't to work longer hours or squeeze more things into your day. It's to prioritize what truly matters and give those things the full power of your attention. Another key to mastering this is creating a routine that supports single tasking. Start your day by deciding on the one task that matters most. This is your primary focus. Once you've chosen that task, remove all distractions and dive in. Whether it's a work project, a personal goal, or even a conversation, give it your undivided attention. You'll be surprised by how much more you can achieve when you truly commit to the present moment, rather than constantly jumping between tasks. The shift towards single tasking is a shift towards simplicity. It's about cutting through the noise, blocking out distractions, and bringing your mind back to what truly matters. This doesn't mean ignoring everything else. it means being intentional with your time. Instead of juggling multiple things at once, you're choosing what's worth your energy and fully immersing yourself in that choice. By simplifying your focus, you clear the path for clarity, efficiency, and deeper satisfaction in everything you do. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the chaos of modern life, it's time to reframe how you approach your tasks. Embrace the power of single tasking. Start with small steps. Focus on one thing for 20 minutes, then gradually extend that time as you build your concentration muscle. Allow yourself the space to be present. When you give your full attention to something, you'll find that the task becomes easier and your mind becomes clearer. The distractions will still be there, but you'll have the mental fortitude to let them pass by without losing your focus. So the next time you're faced with a long to-do list, take a step back. Don't try to do it all at once. Instead, pick the one task that truly matters and give it your undivided attention. Let go of the need to do everything, and instead choose to do one thing exceptionally well. By mastering single tasking, you'll not only improve your productivity, but you'll also strengthen your mind and reclaim your focus. You're no longer scattered. You're centered, intentional, and in control. That's where true focus lives. Discipline your environment. Have you ever tried to focus in a room full of distractions? Maybe you've sat down at your desk, determined to get some work done, only to find yourself unable to concentrate. The clutter on your desk, the buzzing of your phone, the noise of the world around you, it all pulls at your attention, leaving you scattered and unfocused. It's frustrating, isn't it? That's because a chaotic environment leads to a chaotic mind. You can't expect to think clearly if you're constantly surrounded by distractions. Epictetus understood this well. He taught that while we can't always control what happens outside of us, we do have the power to control our environment. As he said, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you. This wisdom doesn't just apply to the people in your life, it applies to your surroundings as well. If your space is cluttered, your mind will reflect that disorder. The first step is to take control of your physical space. This doesn't mean you need to declutter your entire home or office all at once, but it does mean starting small. Take 5 minutes at the beginning of your day to tidy up your workspace. Put away the things you don't need, clear off unnecessary papers, and remove anything that might distract you. It's a simple act, but it can have a profound impact on your focus. When you walk into a clean, organized space, your mind is more likely to follow suit. It's a signal to your brain that it's time to get to work, and that sense of order helps you feel more in control of your environment. But the environment you need to focus on goes beyond just physical clutter. It also includes the mental clutter. We live in a world that bombards us with constant noise and distraction. Your phone, your social media, the endless stream of information. It all competes for your attention. If you allow this to invade your workspace, you're only making it harder to concentrate. Set boundaries for yourself. When you're working, put your phone on silent, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and remove anything that might pull your attention away. By doing this, you're not just cleaning up your physical environment, you're also cleaning up your mental space, creating room for focused, intentional work. It might seem small, but the way you treat your environment has a significant impact on your ability to focus. If you constantly surround yourself with distractions, you're telling your brain that it's okay to be unfocused. But when you take the time to create an environment that supports your goals, you're setting yourself up for success. A clean, organized space helps your mind settle into a state of focus, making it easier to get things done. And it's not just about tidiness, it's about creating a space that reflects the mindset you want to cultivate. By surrounding yourself with things that inspire you, that support your goals, and that encourage your best work, you're strengthening your ability to stay focused and productive. The same principle applies to the people you choose to surround yourself with. Just as you can choose what's in your physical environment, you can also choose the people who influence your thoughts and energy. Negative, draining individuals will only pull you away from your focus. On the other hand, spending time with people who uplift you and share your values will help you stay grounded and motivated. Your environment, both physical and social, plays a huge role in your ability to maintain focus. It's easy to ignore the impact your environment has on your focus, especially when life feels busy. But the truth is, a cluttered space leads to a cluttered mind. The good news is, it doesn't have to stay that way. By making small adjustments to your environment, you can start to create a space that supports your focus, your clarity, and your purpose. Whether it's cleaning up your desk, setting boundaries with your digital devices, or being intentional about the people you spend time with, you have the power to shape your environment in a way that fosters focus and productivity. In the end, discipline isn't just about willpower, it's about creating the right conditions for your best work. If you want to improve your focus, start by disciplining your environment. Make it a space that reflects your goals, one where distractions are minimized and focus is encouraged. When you take charge of your surroundings, your ability to concentrate becomes less of a battle and more of a natural state of being. Your environment is a reflection of your mind, and by cleaning it up, you'll create the clarity and focus you need to succeed. Train your attention with stillness. In a world that never stops, where distractions are always just a click away, it's easy to feel like your mind is constantly racing, pulled in 1,000 different directions. We live in a time where doing more seems like the only way to succeed. But here's a little secret. The real power lies in doing less. Stillness, something many of us shy away from, is actually one of the greatest tools we have for reclaiming our focus and finding clarity. It may sound counterintuitive, but in a world of constant motion, the ability to pause and sit in stillness is nothing short of a superpower. Marcus Aurelius understood this better than most. Every morning he would sit in solitude, writing to himself, reflecting on the day ahead, and grounding his thoughts. He didn't rush into action without first centering himself. In fact, he believed that stillness wasn't a sign of weakness. It was a powerful act of strength. It's in those moments of pause that we gain the clarity to make better decisions, to stay focused, and to really connect with what matters most. The practice of stillness isn't just about finding peace. It's about training your mind to resist the noise and distractions that pull us away from our true purpose. Training your attention through stillness is like building a muscle. At first, it might feel uncomfortable. Our minds are so used to being bombarded by constant input that sitting in silence almost feels unnatural. But the more you practice, the stronger your focus becomes. Every time you consciously return to stillness, you're reinforcing your ability to control your thoughts rather than letting them control you. Just like lifting weights builds physical strength, practicing stillness builds mental strength. It sharpens your attention, making it easier to stay present in the moment and less likely to get distracted by the constant barrage of thoughts and external stimuli. If you've never tried stillness as a daily practice, start small, just 5 minutes. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Let go of the urge to think about your to-do list, your phone, or anything else that usually demands your attention. Simply breathe. Feel the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. With each inhale, allow yourself to feel more grounded. With each exhale, release the tension, the noise, and the distractions. This practice is deceptively simple, but the results are profound. It will start to sharpen your mind like nothing else. You'll find that you're able to focus more easily throughout the day, that your thoughts are clearer, and that you're less likely to be swept away by the constant rush of life. Stillness isn't just about sitting in silence for a few minutes, though. It's about cultivating a deeper awareness of your thoughts and surroundings. It's about learning to quiet the mind, so you can truly listen to yourself, to your inner voice. In a world where we're constantly distracted, the ability to sit in stillness gives us the opportunity to reconnect with who we are and what truly matters. The more you practice stillness, the more control you'll have over your life. You'll be less reactive to the chaos around you and more proactive in making intentional decisions. You'll become the calm in the storm, able to focus on what matters most without being tossed around by every passing distraction. But let's be real, this isn't always easy. We live in an age of information overload, where we're trained to be busy, constantly moving, constantly achieving. Stillness can feel like a luxury or something we don't have time for. But here's the truth. You don't have time not to practice stillness. The more you try to juggle, the less you can truly accomplish. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, stillness becomes a necessary practice, not a luxury. When you make time for stillness, you make time for the things that truly matter. You carve out space for clarity, for focus, and for self-reflection. It's in the quiet moments that we hear our own thoughts, our own desires, and our own truths. Without stillness, we risk getting lost in the noise of the world. We lose sight of what's important, and our attention becomes scattered. But by practicing stillness, we regain control. We reclaim our power over our minds, over our thoughts, and over our lives. If you're ready to start training your mind for focus and clarity, start with 5 minutes of stillness every day. Over time, you'll see how this small practice can make a big difference. You'll notice how much sharper your attention becomes and how much more control you have over your thoughts and emotions. Just like physical strength requires consistency, so does mental strength. Make stillness a part of your daily routine and watch as your focus transforms. Remember, it's not about doing more, it's about doing less, with more intention. In the stillness, you'll find the power to focus like never before. Turn obstacles into focus fuel. Obstacles are a part of life. Every day we face challenges that seem to get in the way of our progress. Whether it's an unexpected setback, an argument with a friend, or a problem at work, life always seems to throw curveballs our way. And let's be honest, it can be frustrating. It's easy to feel defeated, to lose focus, and to let these obstacles pull us off course. But here's the Stoic secret. Every obstacle is not a roadblock. It's an opportunity to strengthen your focus, your resilience, and your resolve. Marcus Aurelius understood this better than most. He famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, what stands in our way isn't something to be feared or avoided. Instead, it's something to embrace. When life throws challenges at us, instead of letting them stop us in our tracks, we can use them to our advantage. Obstacles, when viewed through the lens of Stoic wisdom, become fuel for our focus. They give us the chance to sharpen our minds, to refocus, and to push forward with even more determination than before. Think about the last time you faced a setback. Maybe it was a missed deadline, a failed project, or something as simple as not meeting your own expectations. It's easy to feel disappointed or frustrated, but what if, instead of letting that frustration take over, you asked yourself a different question? How can this challenge make me stronger? Every obstacle has the potential to teach us something. Every setback carries a lesson, a chance to grow. It's not about avoiding difficulties, it's about how we respond to them. Do we let them drain our focus and energy, or do we turn them into fuel to push forward? When you face an obstacle, it's essential to remember that your response is everything. You have the power to choose how you see the challenge. Will you let it scatter your focus and make you feel helpless? Or will you use it as an opportunity to refocus, recalibrate, and strengthen your resolve? The Stoics believed that obstacles were not signs of failure. They were stepping stones to greater strength. They weren't distractions. They were opportunities to grow. Every difficulty you encounter is a chance to build your mental muscle and sharpen your ability to stay focused. The next time life throws you a curveball, take a step back and think about how you can turn that obstacle into an advantage. Maybe it's an unexpected problem at work that forces you to rethink your strategy. Instead of getting frustrated or overwhelmed, use it as a moment to refocus on your goals. Maybe it's a personal challenge that tests your patience. Instead of letting it pull you off course, use it to remind yourself of your inner strength and your ability to overcome adversity. Every obstacle has the potential to help you refocus on what truly matters, to remind you of your purpose, and to give you the drive to keep pushing forward. It's also helpful to reframe obstacles as part of the process. In a world that glorifies smooth sailing and success without struggle, it's easy to forget that growth often comes from the most challenging moments. The greatest achievements in life rarely come without obstacles. The key is not to avoid them, but to approach them with the mindset that they are part of the journey. Each setback, each challenge, is an opportunity to strengthen your character and deepen your focus. The more you practice this mindset, the easier it becomes to face life's difficulties with a sense of calm and determination. So, the next time you encounter an obstacle, remember this. It's not in the challenge itself that you find your strength, but in how you respond to it. Ask yourself how this moment can make you stronger. Use the obstacle to refocus and reignite your passion for your goals. Let the challenge fuel your drive rather than draining your energy. The path to success is never without its bumps and detours, but it's those very obstacles that give you the chance to grow, evolve, and sharpen your focus. In the end, life will always throw obstacles your way. It's inevitable, but it's not about avoiding them. It's about mastering how you respond. Use the wisdom of Stoicism to turn every challenge into an opportunity for growth, and watch how your focus transforms. What stands in your way doesn't have to stop you. Instead, it can become the very thing that propels you forward. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, more focused, and more determined. Embrace it, learn from it, and keep moving forward. The power to turn obstacles into fuel for your focus is always within your reach. Live by daily rituals, not impulses. Living without structure is like trying to sail without a rudder, no direction, no control, and no purpose. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of everyday life, running from one task to the next, reacting to whatever comes your way. But when you live like this, you're at the mercy of impulses. Every distraction pulls you off course, and every new thought leads you down a different path. The Stoics understood this. They didn't leave their days to chance. They built them intentionally with rituals that anchored them in purpose. These daily practices weren't about rigid rules or restricting freedom. They were about creating habits that supported their focus, helping them stay grounded in what truly mattered. Epictetus put it perfectly. First, say to yourself what you would be. Then do what you have to do. It's not just about doing what feels urgent or what's in front of you. It's about aligning your actions with your deeper purpose. The truth is, without daily rituals, we leave ourselves vulnerable to the chaos of the world. We become reactive instead of proactive, constantly jumping from task to task without any real sense of direction. We tell ourselves that we'll just get to things when they come, but without a plan, we end up reacting to everything. And before we know it, the day has slipped away without accomplishing what truly mattered. That's why building intentional routines is so powerful. These rituals don't just give you structure, they free you from the randomness of impulse. When you design your day with purpose, you take control. You set the tone, and you decide what gets your energy. Instead of letting distractions take you off course, you can stay grounded and focused, no matter what comes your way. One of the simplest and most effective ways to begin is by creating a morning routine that centers you. How you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If you wake up and immediately dive into the noise, checking your phone, scrolling through emails, reacting to the world around you, you're setting yourself up for a day of chaos. But if you wake up and take a moment to intentionally center yourself, you're giving your mind the clarity it needs to stay focused and productive. Start small. Try writing down 3 things you're grateful for every morning. It might sound simple, but this small act can completely shift your mindset. Gratitude helps you focus on what you have rather than what you lack. It's an easy way to ground yourself in positivity and intention before your day begins. From there, you can build your morning around other rituals, whether it's reading for a few minutes, stretching, or planning your day ahead. The key is to choose activities that help you feel centered, calm, and prepared for the day. As you build these rituals into your morning, think about how you can expand them throughout the rest of the day. The Stoics didn't just have rituals in the morning, they built structure into every part of their lives. They knew that consistency was key. You don't have to follow a rigid schedule, but you do need a set of habits that support your focus and well-being. This could be something as simple as taking 5 minutes in the afternoon to step away from your work, breathe deeply, and refocus. It's about creating pockets of intentionality throughout your day, where you can reconnect with your purpose and remind yourself of your goals. The power of rituals lies in their ability to free you from the endless loop of impulses. Every time you resist the urge to give in to distractions and instead return to your daily practices, you reinforce your ability to stay focused. This doesn't mean you have to eliminate all spontaneity or flexibility from your life. It just means you need to create a framework that allows you to stay aligned with your goals. Rituals aren't about making life more rigid. They're about making life more intentional. When you have a set of practices that support your focus, you don't waste energy on decisions about what to do next. You've already decided, and now it's just about executing. Think of your day as a canvas. Without any rituals, it's just a blank space filled with random strokes of color, sometimes beautiful, but often chaotic and disjointed. But when you add structure, rituals that anchor you in purpose, suddenly the painting begins to take shape. You know where your focus needs to go, and you can pour your energy into the things that matter most. Your life becomes a reflection of your intentional choices, not the distractions of the outside world. Building daily rituals may take some time, but once they're in place, they will transform how you approach every day. You'll find that you have more mental clarity, more energy, and more focus because you've created a rhythm that works for you. The Stoics understood the importance of these daily practices, and so can we. By setting intentional routines, we remove the chaos and distractions that pull us away from our true purpose, and we create space for the things that really matter. Control your inner dialogue. Your thoughts can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. Think about it. How often do you catch yourself spiraling into negative thoughts, doubts, or worries? It's like a constant stream of mental noise, right? The mind, when left unchecked, can pull your attention in 1,000 directions. One moment, you're thinking about the work you need to get done, and the next, you're lost in self-doubt or replaying past mistakes. Before you know it, your focus is gone. It's scattered, fragmented, and hard to reel back in. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They knew that our thoughts hold immense power, not just to shape our emotions, but to influence our actions. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This simple yet profound truth highlights the importance of how we manage our internal dialogue. Your inner dialogue, the voice in your head that narrates your day, is either fueling your focus or draining it. Every time doubt creeps in, every time fear takes hold, your attention is pulled away from the present moment. And when that happens, it becomes harder to stay focused on what truly matters. We've all been there, trying to focus on a task, but our mind keeps wandering. Negative thoughts take over, convincing us that we're not good enough or that the task at hand is too difficult. But here's the thing, you don't have to be a slave to those thoughts. Just as you can control your actions, you can also control the narrative in your mind. The Stoics believed in mastering the mind, and so should we. The next time negativity creeps in, instead of letting it dictate your focus, choose to replace it with thoughts that strengthen your resolve. The power of your inner dialogue is not just theoretical, it has real, tangible effects on your ability to focus. When your inner voice is filled with negativity, fear, or doubt, it's like trying to run a race with weights attached to your legs. But when your thoughts are clear, empowering, and aligned with your goals, it's like shedding those weights and running freely. It's all about shifting the narrative. Instead of telling yourself, "I can't do this," or "this is too hard," replace those thoughts with affirmations that push you forward. Try saying, "I can do this," or "I will stay focused." It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about consciously redirecting your mind towards what you can control, your actions and your response. Pay attention to your inner dialogue, because it's constantly influencing your behavior, whether you realize it or not. The more you let negativity take over, the more power you give it. But the more you practice replacing those thoughts with empowering ones, the stronger your mind becomes. This is where true control lies. It's not about silencing the mind completely. It's about mastering your response to the thoughts that arise. When doubt tries to pull you away from your goals, you can choose to push it aside and refocus. When fear creeps in, you can replace it with courage. And when you feel overwhelmed, you can remind yourself that you are capable, that you've handled challenges before, and that you have the strength to keep going. Strengthening your inner dialogue is a skill that takes time and practice. It's easy to let negative thoughts become a habit, especially when life gets tough. But the more you practice flipping the script, the more natural it becomes. This doesn't mean ignoring your feelings or pretending that everything is fine. It means acknowledging your thoughts without letting them control you. The Stoics didn't try to suppress their emotions. They learned to observe them, accept them, and then choose how to respond. In the same way, you can observe your negative thoughts, but instead of letting them define you, you can decide to redirect them. Every time you do this, you're strengthening your mind and, in turn, your focus. The impact of controlling your inner dialogue extends far beyond just staying focused. It influences how you see the world, how you deal with challenges, and how you approach life's difficulties. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you'll never succeed, then you'll begin to believe it. But if you replace those thoughts with empowering ones, like "I am capable" or "I am in control," you'll begin to shift your mindset and your reality. The more you practice this, the more your focus will become a natural part of who you are. Your mind will be sharper, clearer, and more resilient, and the distractions of the world will no longer have the same power over you. Your inner dialogue is not just a reflection of who you are, It's a reflection of who you choose to become. By mastering it, you take control of your thoughts, your actions, and your life. When you replace negativity with positive affirmations, you're not just changing your mindset, you're changing your destiny. The power to stay focused, to stay determined, and to stay true to your purpose is already within you. It's just waiting for you to claim it. So the next time you feel your attention slipping away, remember that you have the power to regain control. Strengthen your mind, and your focus will follow. Strengthen focus through the body. Your body and mind are not separate entities. They are intricately connected. When one suffers, the other follows. It's easy to think that we can push through mental fatigue, but the truth is, if we neglect our bodies, our minds will feel the consequences. The Stoics understood this better than most. They didn't see the body as an obstacle to overcome, but as a tool that must be treated with respect and care. Seneca once said, "We should treat the body rigorously so that it may not be disobedient to the mind." This is a powerful reminder that our physical state directly impacts our mental clarity and focus. If you want to sharpen your mind, you must first take care of the vessel that carries it. Many of us overlook the importance of physical well-being in favor of mental achievement, but this approach is flawed. We try to force our minds to work harder without considering the state of our bodies. However, a body that is weak or exhausted cannot support a focused, sharp mind. If you're feeling mentally foggy, distracted, or constantly fatigued, it might be time to reevaluate how you're taking care of yourself physically. When you care for your body through regular movement, proper nutrition, and sufficient rest, you're giving your mind the support it needs to focus and function at its best. It's not just about looking good or staying fit. It's about creating the conditions for mental clarity and focus. Incorporating movement into your daily routine doesn't need to be overwhelming. Even just 20 minutes of exercise a day can have a profound impact on your focus. This doesn't mean you need to sign up for an intense workout or train like an athlete. A simple walk, a light jog, or some stretching can make a huge difference. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, helping to clear mental fog and boost concentration. When your body is active, your mind becomes sharper, more focused, and more capable of tackling the challenges that come your way. The more you move, the better your brain performs. Nutrition also plays a pivotal role in how well our bodies, and by extension our minds, perform. The fuel you put into your body directly affects your cognitive function. If you're eating processed foods, sugary snacks, and caffeine all day, you're likely to experience energy crashes, brain fog, and a lack of concentration. But when you nourish your body with whole foods, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats, you're providing the nutrients your brain needs to stay sharp and focused. It's about fueling your mind for peak performance, not just satisfying cravings. Eating a balanced, nutrient-dense diet is one of the simplest ways to improve your focus and mental clarity. Taking care of your body isn't just about avoiding illness or staying in shape. It's about creating the right conditions for mental strength and resilience. Think of your body as the foundation upon which your mental focus is built. Without a strong foundation, the structure above it, your focus and productivity, becomes shaky and unreliable. By incorporating simple practices like daily movement, prioritizing sleep, and fueling your body with the right nutrition, you're setting yourself up for success. When your body is well taken care of, your mind becomes clearer, your energy levels rise, and your ability to focus increases significantly. This approach isn't just about surviving the day, it's about thriving. The Stoics believed that we must cultivate both the mind and the body in harmony. A sharp mind cannot function at its best without a strong body. just as a strong body cannot reach its full potential without a clear and disciplined mind. It's a balance that works together, strengthening each other. When you take care of your body, you're giving yourself the greatest gift: clarity, focus, and the energy to tackle anything that comes your way. Remember, the best way to strengthen your focus isn't just by training your mind, it's by training your body. Physical care is mental care. If you want to improve your mental clarity and sharpen your focus, start with the basics. Move your body, get quality sleep, and nourish yourself with the right foods. These practices will not only improve your focus, but will help you become the best version of yourself, both mentally and physically. The Stoics knew this, and their wisdom is just as relevant today as it was centuries ago. Take care of your body, and your mind will thank you. Live each day as if focus decides everything. Focus isn't something you can save for tomorrow. It's not a tool that you can pick up when the conditions are perfect or when you feel ready. No, focus is a decision, a daily one. Each day you have a choice. You decide where your attention goes. You decide what to give your energy to. And every time you let your focus scatter, you let a piece of your time slip away. Time doesn't wait for us to be ready. It doesn't care if we're distracted or overwhelmed. And the Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." He didn't just mean this in a philosophical sense. He meant it as a reminder. Our time is limited, and we don't know how much of it we have left. Every day we are presented with the opportunity to live with intention, to choose where our focus goes, and to make the most of the time we have. The reality is, every day that passes without intentional focus is a day wasted. We live in a world that's constantly pulling at our attention, phones buzzing, messages flooding in, tasks piling up. It's easy to let the noise take over, to let the urgent but unimportant things demand our time. But when we do this, we miss out on what truly matters. Every moment you let slip away is one you'll never get back. Every time you choose distraction over purpose, you lose a fragment of your life. It might feel like nothing in the moment, but over time, those lost moments add up, and before you know it, a whole day, a whole week, or even a whole year has passed without you fully engaging in what matters. That's why it's so important to recognize the value of your focus and to protect it fiercely. Your attention is your most precious resource, and once you let it scatter, it's gone. Living each day with purpose means asking yourself, what truly deserves my attention today? Not everything deserves your focus. Not everything is worth the time and energy you give it. In a world that constantly bombards us with distractions, this question becomes the key to staying aligned with your goals. It's a way to cut through the noise and direct your energy toward the things that truly matter. When you ask yourself this question, you're making a choice about how to spend your time. You're actively deciding what gets your attention and what doesn't. And this decision isn't something to take lightly. It's a choice that shapes your life. By living with purpose and being intentional about where your focus goes, you can ensure that your time is spent wisely. Once you've identified what matters, the next step is to protect that focus. And this is where most people struggle. It's easy to get distracted. It's easy to let the world pull you in a million different directions. But if you want to live with intention, you have to fiercely guard your attention. That means saying no to things that don't serve your goals, whether they're people, tasks, or distractions. It means setting boundaries to protect your time and energy. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your purpose, you're saying no to something more important. It's a simple but powerful concept. Protect your focus like it's the most valuable thing you own. Because in a sense, it is. The Stoics didn't wait for the perfect moment to focus. They made every moment count. They understood that life is fragile and that time is a gift. That's why they lived with urgency, not a frantic, panicked urgency, but a deliberate, purposeful urgency. They knew that every action, every word, and every thought mattered. And the more we practice this mindset, the more we can live with intention, ensuring that our time is spent in alignment with our values. This isn't about achieving perfection. It's about making small, intentional choices every day to live in alignment with what truly matters to you. Living each day as if focus decides everything is not a call to work harder or be more productive. It's a call to be more intentional with your time. It's about choosing to focus on what aligns with your goals, what aligns with your purpose, and what will lead to the most fulfilling life. This way of living isn't about achieving more for the sake of achievement. It's about creating a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling because it's aligned with your values. Every day ask yourself, what truly deserves my attention today, and then protect that focus. When you do this, you stop living reactively and start living intentionally. You begin to understand the true value of your time and focus. And when you live with that understanding, you start to reclaim the power over your life. Focus becomes a tool for living purposefully, for building the life you want, and for ensuring that each day is spent in a way that brings you closer to your goals. Focus isn't something you can put off for tomorrow. It's a choice you make today. Each day, you decide where your attention goes, and every time you protect that focus, you're investing in a life that's aligned with your true purpose. Don't let the distractions of the world take away your most valuable resource. Live each day as if focus decides everything, because it does. Remember, the life you build is shaped by where your focus goes. Every choice, every moment, every day, it's all an opportunity to focus on what truly matters. Protect that focus and you protect your future. Thank you for being part of the Stoic Journal community. If you found value in this, check out one of the videos on the screen and keep taking steps toward living with purpose. Your journey to a more focused and intentional life starts right now.